Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Last night I saw the early reporting on this crash. Now, today we're giving video of the crash. I want to watch the video, courtesy of CNN, and then I want to ask one very important question in regards to September 11th, which was also just discussed in the last video I did on September 11th. So let's get into the mainstream news coverage first.
A car with a dash cam moves across a relatively empty bridge when a passenger plane suddenly appears out of control. Disaster strikes. The TransAsia flight's terrifying turn came shortly after takeoff from Taipei.
True Seeker, did you just notice how easily the wing just tore away and was destroyed? I mean, so easily that it didn't even destroy the concrete on the road. There's no steel in this concrete. Compare this with the planes on September 11th that tore right through the World Trade Center, wings and all. This plane, you see just how easily the wings break apart when they come in contact. Let's watch it one more time. Take it back just a little bit. Here we go.
Moves across a relatively empty bridge when a passenger plane suddenly appears out of control. Disaster strikes. The TransAsia flight's terrifying turn came shortly after takeoff from Taipei. The plane had 58 people on board.
So even before I saw the video, the giveaway for me was Taipei. Taipei has the gematria of 33. And Truth Seeker, what I really think we're watching here is CGI, computer graphic imaging. I do not think that's a real plane. I think that's technology taking advantage of us, for those of us who aren't aware. And we're in 2015 now. We've come a long way since 2001. I suspect that if September 11th was done today, it would look more convincing. I think the graphic technology available would help them in their cause. And I think by subjecting us to these fake plane crashes in these stories, they're prepping our minds for their future plans. And we know these people like to use planes. It's something they keep doing, like a broken record. So here's yet another story from the same airline as the last disappearing plane. Let's just finish watching this news story.
Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing the pilot's Mayday distress call before the crash. On its way down, the plane's wing tears into a concrete barrier, and then the twin-engine turboprop plunges into a shallow river. Along the way, a taxi is clipped and nearly crushed. Both people inside survive. Emergency crews were quickly on the scene, and a desperate race is on to...
I just want to say that if anyone's watching right now and thinking, well, how do you explain the crushed car, the debris on the road, the prop in the river? I would explain it this way. The same way it's done in a movie. The exact same way. It's possible this is a real plane crash and that was a real image. If it was, I want us to pay attention to the wing and compare that with 9/11. At the same time, I want us to acknowledge that there are ways these hoaxes can be carried out. So many people take the attitude of, oh, that would be impossible, when in fact it's far from impossible. We live in a world where movies are made in great abundance all over. It's easy to take some of that film and some of that scenery and turn it into a news story, such as this.
Rescue the survivors. Miraculously, more than a dozen people emerge from the water and the wreckage. They're dazed and bloodied.
I mean, seriously, did it look like those people were posing there for the cameras or what? Who would want to be posing there waiting for the photo op with their head bleeding in cold water?
They're alive, including this toddler carried to safety on a rubber raft and taken to shore. The recovery operation went through the night. Bodies were found, wreckage removed. A giant crane pulled the plane's ravaged fuselage from the shallow water, and crews pass along smaller pieces of debris by hand. TransAsia officials publicly offered condolences to the passengers and crew.
再一次的为
We express our deep apologies.
They say the plane was new and recently serviced. Investigators are studying the aircraft's black boxes, which were recovered and are apparently in good condition. The dramatic video of this crash also is providing clues, with analysts focusing on the movement of the propellers, possibly pointing to a sign of engine failure. It's the second deadly crash of a TransAsia ATR-72 within the past year, and the families of victims are, not surprisingly, demanding answers.
The airline didn't pay attention to us. Their attitude is terrible.
Something awfully suspicious, Truth Seeker. Something awfully suspicious. Notice they said an ATR 72. I want to point out that ATR is 1 plus 20 plus 18. That's 39. Plus 72. That's 111. And 111 was very significant to New York. New York, with simple English gematria, equals 111. New is 42, York is 69. Put it together, New York equals 111. And perhaps it's a sign. Something awfully fishy about this. As the person said, it was a mostly isolated bridge. Notice the only vehicle that's even in sight is the one that got hit. Talk about bad timing. So, you know, you don't need to play dumb out there if you're not sure about this stuff. You know that you go to movies and see stuff like this all the time. We live in a world where this technology is available. They make stuff look better than this in the movies. So don't think they won't use it on our news. They did it back on September 11th, 2001. What makes you think they wouldn't do it February 4th, 2015? These could be ongoing litmus tests they could be doing to see how convincing they are. You know? Ongoing litmus tests to see what we will let pass as news. What does or doesn't get our radar up. That's pretty much the extent of the message, Truth Seeker. Look at this gematria real quick. These headlines: Mayday, engine flameout. See some curious numbers there. Here's flameout, 93. Think about 93 in the World Trade Center. 31 killed, foundational degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. 15 survived for the year 2015, maybe. And like I said before, Taipei has that gematria of 33. A dead giveaway. All right, until next time.